How's it going, everybody? Welcome on back to some more Dead Space. It is the penultimate chapter of the game, chapter 11. So only one to go after this, and this chapter is actually pretty short and straightforward. So we'll be cruising through this chapter pretty quick. But before we actually jump into things, I ran back through to the cryogenics hall here to pick up a power node that I missed. I don't know how I missed that, because I'm pretty sure you can get that power node like right after that, like, first sort of boss encounter with the hunter. But I either didn't see it or I ended up not going that way. I think I ended up not going that way because I was doing a side quest or something, but we got it now, damn it. So now we're gonna haul ass back to the hangar and actually start things off.
Mr. Clark, we're approaching the hangar bay. We'll meet you there with the marker.
Now arriving at flight deck, traffic control.
Yes, Amelia Sue. We'll send the hive mind back into the darkness.
So glad you gave that guy our only escape shuttle. Shit, Isaac. Those things you've killed, their biomass is pulled down in the cargo bay. It's recombined itself into... Well, it's something huge, and the marker's embedded right in the middle. How the hell do we do this?
I've got the Ishimura's cargo cranes. They can move half a bay of mining gear, no problem. If whatever's down there wants to wrestle for the marker, I'm in.
Override the safeties, and yes, it might work. But hurry. We're losing critical systems fast.
I'm sorry, I just had to hold back the stupidest, most childish laughter ever because the camera was like making Kendra's eye glitch, and it just made her look all stupid for a second. Googly eyes, Kendra. Alright, whatever. I'm dumb, sorry. But anyway, I pulled my two first aid kits out of storage because I decided to, I was pretty low, so I decided to just pull those bad boys out. So, we're also backtracking through this little area because I never opened this door, which is kind of fair enough because this is sort of the best time to do it. But there's a power node in here and a bunch of other shit, so didn't want to miss out on that, so I came back through here to open that up. You can actually open that pretty much whenever the hell you want because it's only a level 1 security clearance. But yeah, with that out of the way, go ahead and stasis our way to victory through that door. Also, I think I already mentioned this, but be careful because that door can still damage you. Also, the aggressor AI plopped a necromorph here, and I have no idea how he died in 2 shots. I guess maybe the prototype stasis module probably helped out. But anyway, so this room fucking sucks. Like, this whole area is just a pain in the ass. So we're gonna start things off by killing the Sploder. And I was actually trying to dismember his explosive knuckles so that I could use it in the fight coming up. But when you come over here, a Prego will burst out of this vent. So I usually just try to dismember them normally, because if you dismember both of their arms, they won't give birth. And you won't have an extra set of enemies to deal with. So take note of these shelves that are sitting there, because you can actually break those like I just did, and then you can use those rods later. You can throw them at enemies and get some nice juicy one-hit kills. Because yeah, there's a pretty massive fight in this little chamber when we start moving the marker. And this whole room really just kind of sucks, but there's a wall guardian on our right. Kind of on our right, but he's on the wall there behind us, so easy way to deal with this wall guardian is to grab this thing and hit him with that so he's stasised, and then get up nice and close with the force gun, and you should be able to kill him with 1 hit. For that strategy to work, I recommend getting as close to him as the game will allow, and then aim the force gun right dead center.
This is Jacob Temple. I'm being held prisoner by Dr. Mercer. That line fucker lured me off the mining deck to build something. I think it's marker start. Virgin? I don't know. But if you find yourself, touch that marker. See Mercer, run.
Sorry to interrupt, but I kind of want to explain something. We want to shoot those tentacles now. Otherwise, the marker will get stuck on the tracks when we try to move it.
If you want me to build your shit, I'll need it. But you won't need these modifications.
Also, there's something very special over here.
That could hurt someone. I'll hold on to them.
It's the Pang treasure.
Now the marker.
So if you're wondering where to find the Pang treasure, that's where. It's actually really easy to find. I feel like in the original Dead Space it was like a little bit more hidden, but I can't quite remember. So before we get into this big old fight, we're gonna upgrade whatever the fuck I decided to upgrade. I don't even remember. Looks like I upgraded the suit. Not a bad idea. Definitely upgrade the stasis energy, because that's always good. And the contact beam. I think this is the first time I upgraded the contact beam. And then I think I upgraded it like one more time in chapter 12, but yeah, the contact beam is just so good, you don't even really need to upgrade it, even on hard. The secondary fire is just absolute mayhem. Alright, but now that we've got all of our ducks in a row, I've always kind of hated that phrase. I don't know why. It's just, it's so goofy. It just sounds like you're a fucking 5-year-old. But we'll go ahead and hit that terminal to get the cargo crane to pull the marker up. But while we wait for that, we've got some battle on our hands. So there are a couple of enhanced necromorphs and a couple of armored necromorphs that show up to start. So you can use the rods to get insta-kills on the regular enhanced necromorphs, but keep in mind that the rods don't do any damage against the armored ones. The armored ones, you pretty much like, yeah, see? See? I tried to throw a rod at him. Nothing fucking happened. So we're just gonna use the plasma cutter to shoot his arms off, which is still pretty damn easy. Use stasis if you need to. Alright, so that was the marker. That was the beginning, like, that was not the fight that I was talking about.
Caution. Access bridge is obstructing transfer.
So now more enemies are going to show up. And we've got something new to worry about. But that'll be in a moment, I think. So it's actually, I was trying to do something cool with the gravity well here, but the way that this area is set up with these kind of just linear catwalks, I ended up just kind of fucking myself up. But I survived. But what I was trying to, I don't know what the hell I was trying to do, to be honest. Also, this part really sucked because this lurker ended up in a position where, like, he could hit me, but I couldn't hit him. Because this fucking box was in the way. Yeah. So he could hit me over the box, but I couldn't hit him. That was beautiful. Also, if you notice those giant tentacles that are trying to hit us, that's something else you gotta worry about on this part. But the tentacles are actually pretty easy to deal with. So what you want to do is you kind of stand here on this one side where you can kind of take cover behind this big old wall thing. And then it takes 2 contact beam shots with the alt fire to destroy the tentacle. I don't know why that one got destroyed in one hit. It always takes 2. I have no idea what happened with that first one. Yeah, what you kind of want to do is you bait the tentacle into kind of trying to attack you, and then you use that open window to use the contact beam to destroy it. There's 2 tentacles on this part. We will have to deal with some more eventually. I don't know where the fuck these tentacles are even coming from, considering like earlier the tentacles were coming from the Leviathan, but the Leviathan is no longer on the ship. So I don't know. I don't know what these tentacles are up to. I don't know where this guy came from. Enhanced necromorph. This is where things start to get a little bit spicy in this room. Also that, I think a sploder got in behind me and fucked me up too. Really lucky I didn't die from that, actually. But I did have upgraded health, so... Finally, the gravity well gets to shine. And an armored necromorph shows up behind me. Just the last thing you want in armored necromorph, because you have to shoot them in a specific spot to kill them. So, not the best enemy to have showing up right behind you in the middle of a fight. Overall, I would say this part could be probably one of the more difficult parts of the run. I know that I didn't really have a hard time on this part when I was trying to, you know, like, take notes and get better and whatnot, but eventually I just kind of ran out of patience and I was like, you know what? It's not like I'm gonna die, so I'll just record and see what happens. And you know what? It worked out. Still 0 deaths. Which, you know, I could have easily played this on impossible.
The marker. Good work, Mr. Clark. On our way.
Kine, your flight path goes by airlock 19. I can get there from the computer core.
A pickup. Yes, we'll be there.
Can you make it to the airlock alone?
No movement on the cameras. I'm just gonna run for it. Wish me luck.
Good luck, Kendra. Anyway, as I was saying, what the fuck was I saying? I don't even remember, damn it. I feel like it was important, too. It's fucking whatever. It'll come back to me if it's important. How funny would it be if I just, like, stopped the recording and then, like, listened to what I just said, and then I'm like, okay, so as I was saying. Also, the aggressor AI just plopped a bunch of enemies in this hallway. Like, literally 3 necromorphs. Oh yeah, as I was saying, I could have easily done this run on impossible because I didn't die ever. So, I don't think I ever actually explained this. The only actual difference in the difficulty between hard and impossible is that impossible is permadeath. So if you die, you either restart the entire game or you get sent back to your previous save. And you're only given 1 save slot. So you can actually save as many times as you want, but you only have 1 slot, so, like, you don't really have, like, room for error in terms of making alternate saves.
Don't let this place get to you. Kendra, we're out of time.
He's not there. I can make it if I run.
But in terms of combat difficulty, there's actually no difference between impossible and hard. The combat difficulty is the exact same. The only difference in difficulty is that if you die on impossible, you either have to get sent back to a save, or you restart the game if you have not saved. So, yeah, the stakes are high, but it's not actually, like, harder in terms of, like, gameplay. So, this room sucks, too, because, I think after you kill this tweaker, some spitters show up, and I was trying to use a strategy where you sort of use these two pillars on either side of you as cover, because normally the spitters can't hit you if you sort of hug the left or the right. Like, their shots will, like, whiz past your head and it'll get really close, but they usually can't hit you. But that strategy actually failed me, which was annoying, goddammit, because I had tested it like 5 times prior, and it worked. And then the second I start recording, it's like, hey, guess what, motherfucker? Doesn't work no more. I was also starting to get pretty low on pulse rifle ammo, but that really wasn't a problem at this point, because I wasn't using the pulse rifle. I also should have just used the force gun on this part. But I guess I panicked and I just sort of busted out the contact beam, because I was scared, probably. I was getting jumped by enemies, and I was like, you know what? Well, you know, whatever can kill stuff, I'll switch to that one. All right, so now we go out to the main hangar bay. You're actually supposed to go through the other door, but you can go through this one too, and you still get the same cutscene.
Stand by, Isaac. He's bringing the shuttle in now.
Here comes the shuttle, baby. The good old executive shuttle.
We can't run the automated loading controls. Must be the damage to the ship.
We're losing time. The hive mind is down there.
Kind, relax. I'll turn off the gravity in the hangar, then I can load the marker by hand.
All right. No, don't worry, Amelia. They understand.
Jesus.
Kendra, if you think he's crazy in this game, you should have seen him in Dead Space OG. In the original game, Dr. Kyne was literally like Hannibal Lecter, dude. Like, he was a fucked up man. But he still had good intentions, but he was definitely like super fucking crazy. Well, anyway, in this room, we've got to move the marker onto the shuttle. And before we do that, we're going to hit up this power junction box down here. Circuit breaker, I should say. I always call it something fucking different. It's a fuse box. It's a generator. It's a blah, 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 blah. But anyway, reroute the power to the shutter. And then we can fly over here. And there's one singular item in this giant-ass room. And it is none other than a diamond semiconductor. And I'm pretty sure that's actually the only diamond semiconductor in the entire game. If there's another one, please tell me. Because, as far as I can tell, that's the only one. I haven't actually looked it up, but make sure that you remember to route the power back to the cargo tracks, because we're going to need that. And I actually kind of fucked up here. I was trying to do, like, a really high IQ play, and I was trying to, like, set up the tracks. Or, you know, I was trying to preset the tracks so that I wouldn't have to do anything later, and I could just focus on fighting the enemies that show up. Meanwhile, the marker would just sort of move itself. I had noble intentions, but I didn't exactly do it right. And by that, I mean I did 2/3 of it right, but 1/3 I actually fucked up, and I didn't do it right. Not a big deal or anything, but just a word to the wise. You may not want to copy me on that part. We also got a power node and some other shit over here. So we'll grab that before we start moving the marker. Also, you can just ignore those, or that battery sitting there. We're not going to need it. That battery is just there to be a battery. So, unlike in the original Dead Space, you don't have to use kinesis to move the marker yourself. It just moves along the automated tracks, which is way more elegant and way more just good for me, because I'm lazy. But anyway, just like in the previous chapter, when enemies are close to the marker, they will heal. They'll have a constant healing effect. So they'll always be getting health back. So the best way to kill enemies is to use hard ping weapons, like contact beam alt fire or the force gun. Just use weapons or strategies that kill enemies very quickly. And this is where I realized that I fucked up setting this thing up. So what you actually have to do is you need to have it on there straight so that the marker can actually get on it. And then you have to move it again. But at this point, I'm like trying to figure out what I did wrong. I'm looking at the track and I'm like, I did everything right. But I actually did do almost all of it correctly. I just fucked up the first part. But once we fix that, the marker will be on kind of a free flow course to the shuttle. And we won't have to press all these fucking buttons all the time. Alright, so there it is. It's fixed. Yeah, I fixed it. I felt like such a goddamn goofball, dude. Like, I was really thinking, I was like, man, I'm gonna really impress the ladies with my ambition here. Like, fucking, moving the, or getting the puzzle all set up before the game tells me to. That's hardcore. But it didn't work out. Just like that, that canister throw didn't work out. But it's okay, because that's an enhanced lurker, and I don't think the canister would have killed him instantly anyway. Because, my god, enhanced lurkers are fucking tanky. That guy died in one hit, thanks to enhanced stasis, probably. Oh yeah, this enhanced lurker ended up, like, trolling me. He's like, haha, I can hit you, but you can't hit me, loser. Like vengeance for his younger infant brother that we killed earlier. Under similar circumstances. So once the marker gets to this side, you just have to hit that third terminal one more time. And that bitch is loaded into the shuttle.
There it is.
The safeties are still on. I need to restore gravity before we can load it.
Hurry, please.
Exiting zero gravity.
Alright, now we can go...
On board. Come, quickly.
Go open the hatch for him.
Don't tell me what to do, Kendra. Why don't you open the hatch for him, huh?
Cole, is she here?
Uh-oh. Betrayal. Betrayed. Thanks a lot, Kendra.
Sorry, Isaac. I couldn't trust him with the marker.
Kendra, what are you doing?
What my department sent me here to do. Even if the Valor couldn't help me out like I wanted.
Department? Who are you?
I work for EarthGov, cleaning up a very, very old mess. I told you and him in the Aegis 7 was off limits. The planet was one big government experiment. The marker, this divine artifact, it was built by human hands.
That's impossible. It's an alien world. The miners dug up the fucking thing.
After it was planted here a few hundred years ago. Even Kai didn't pick up on that. They found the first marker in some crater on Earth. That one. That was real. Alien. Enough to inspire unitology. Our people studied it and reverse engineered this red marker. But they needed somewhere to test it.
Aegis 7.
You've seen the result. The stuff of nightmares. I thought the old reports were just hysteria. Until I saw what I saw. They sealed off the whole system, buried the records nice and clean. Until CEC got greedy. Those idiots tore Aegis 7 apart, and woke up with the old research team left behind.
So EarthGov sent you to sweep it all under the rug. Damn it, we have to return the marker. If anyone else stumbles across Aegis 7...
It was disappeared once. We can do it again. I've seen how the marker fucks with your head. It must be contained. For what it's worth, we made a great team. You'll find another way off the Ishimura. I mean, you're one hell of an engineer.
Your experiment's gonna kill us all! Daniels!
Yeah, thanks, Kendra. I'll just build my own spaceship and fly out of here.
It was all for nothing.
Isaac, come in. It's Nicole.
Where are you?
In the flight control room. Please, you have to come up here now. There's still a way out for us, but we don't have much time.
Alright. So there's a glimmer of hope indeed. Let's go meet up with Nicole and see what we can do to unfuck this extraordinarily fucked up situation. Also, there's a power node kind of hiding on the wall right there.
There There you are.
Thank God you're here. The ship's coming apart. I saw what you've been through. Your investigation, Mercer. What happened with us?
We don't have to talk about it.
I need you to know I'm sorry about everything.
It's okay, Isaac. You know I forgive you. I love you.
Well, good, but
There's still hope. You can recall the shuttle and remote pilot it from here. Bring back the marker and we can return it to Aegis 7. You can make us whole again.
I just want to make things right.
Then let's do it together.
Recalling shuttle USG.
Sorry, Kendra.
Prepping remote docking procedures.
Damn it, Isaac! You don't know what you're doing!
I know. I'm finally doing the smart thing.
You fucking kidding me? Shit!
Warning. Escape pod loss detected from shuttle USG-09.
Bye, Kendra.
Escape pod. Damn. We lost her.
It doesn't matter. She can't escape her fate. But who can?
That was dark, babe. just back away slowly. Yep. Now we just need to wait for the shuttle to re-dock back into the hangar. Kendra the fucking shuttle goblin.
Isaac.
I'll be having that.
Mirror's finished. If we get on that shuttle, there's no going back.
Leave no regrets. Go. I'll reprogram the shuttle with our flight path to Aegis 7 and join you on board.
Don't leave me waiting.
Never again.
Alright, so we have like a goodbye tweaker that attacks us in this room, randomly enough. But this is pretty much the point of no return, so if you have anything else that you want to do on the ship, now is your last chance to do it. Like if you got any outstanding side quests or anything like that, then now's the last time to do it. But if you've been following the program up to this point, you should have all your shit done. So all we gotta do is go to the shuttle and get the hell out of here. And then we'll go down to the planet for the final chapter. And also, a couple of leapers try to attack you over here. And because we're leaving the ship, I usually just try to ignore them and run away. I didn't really have a whole lot of stasis handy, so I just used gravity wells, I guess. Alright, point of no return. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it for chapter 11.
I never doubted you, Isaac. I knew you could write
Are you ready?
We're together again. Nothing can stop us now. This isn't how I imagined saying goodbye to the action around. Steady.
I'm good.
Are you afraid, Isaac?
No. With you, I can handle anything.
One more ride together, then. This all began in the core of the planet.
Daniel said EarthGov built the marker. Some experiment they abandoned hundreds of years ago.
If you're not ready, a miracle must be as terrifying as a nightmare. The planet is restless, hungry. It'll try to eat us alive. But we have the marker. We'll put things back the way they were. We will be whole again.
Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed Chapter 11. We'll be back next time for Chapter 12, and we'll finish off the game. God, I like stumbled on that sentence pretty hard. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you next time.